Magandang umaga po sa lahat ng mga kadete nationwide from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, sa lahat po ng mga self-reviewees, sa lahat din po ng mga guest lecturers, part-time instructors, full-time instructors, professors, mga deans po in various criminology schools nationwide. Magandang umaga po sa inyo and welcome po sa Bitcoin. Ang Bitcoin po isang platform po ito sa YouTube na nagbibigay po ng libre, comprehensive, at the same time discussions po natin ay align na po sa latest table of specification. Mga kadete, pag-usapan natin yung topics po, yung additional topics na makikita po natin sa character formation, patriotism, and nationalism. For the information of everyone, 3 episodes po ang sa subject na ito. Yung episode 1 tapos na po tayo. Okay, we are down with episode 1. Then sa episode po na ito, pag-usapan natin yung 1987 Constitution, pati na po yung batas, the Heraldic Code of the Philippines, some provisions of it, i-discuss po natin din. Yung remaining provisions po sa batas na yan, ilagay po natin sa pinaka-last na episode. So basically, 3 episodes. Now, I'd like to advertise mga kadete, yung libro po natin still available pa po. Napaka-updated ng libro po natin. Marami na po mga estudyante na natulungan dyan. Ina-update po natin yan every board examination. Okay? So if you want to grab a copy, may pangalan po ako sa video description po. Andyan yung pangalan ko, yung Facebook page po natin, yung bagong official account po natin sa Facebook. Andyan din po, you can contact me via page or yung official account po natin. Okay? Para pag-usapan po natin yung mode of shipment. Okay? So sa lahat po na mag-avail, maraming salamat po. Sa lahat din po ng mga baguhan po dito, kindly subscribe na channel, kindly like po, and kindly share din po sa video po natin para mas marami pa po ang matulungan po natin. Remember mga kadete, ang Bitcoin po, libre po ito, walang bayad. Compared to other YouTube channel na naghihingi po ng registration fees. Except pag mag-enroll po kayo sa final coaching natin, may mga recorded discussions po ako na inilagay ko po as part of final coaching. May may bayad, I think 200 plus. But very minimal lang po. But it's upon your volition, it's upon your choice whether you will enroll, whether you register or not. Nasa inyo po. Pero lahat ng discussions natin lahat ng discussions natin sa mga subjects po, except final coaching, libre po. So you can view and you can share po para at least marami po ang matulungan po natin sa review, especially yung mga kapos po sa pera. Okay? Without further ado, pag-usapan natin 1987 Constitution mga kadete. This is first year na very basic topic sa first year. Itong 1987 Constitution. Pag 1987 Constitution, tinatawag po siyang Supreme Law of the Land. Bakit po supreme? Bakit tinatawag siyang supreme? Ano ibig sabihin ng supreme? Yung pinakamataas. Okay? Bakit supreme? Kasi po, lahat ng mga batas crafted by the Senate, crafted by the Congress, or any lawmaking body shall be in accordance with the tenets or with the provisions of the 1987 Constitution. Pag ang batas na pinapanday ng Senado at ng Kongreso ay hindi naaayon sa probisyon ng Constitution, ay nako, magiging unconstitutional yan, magiging invalid yan. Kasi ang Supreme Court po natin ay siyang may authority to interpret the law and to declare whether a particular law that was passed by Congress or Senate is considered to be constitutional or unconstitutional. Kaya tinatawag siyang Supreme kasi siya yung basihan. Dapat lahat ng batas na lahat ng batas that are passed by any lawmaking body, whether it could be a Senate, whether it could be a Congress or any legislative body, kailangang naaayon po yan. It has to be congruent with the Philippine Constitution. Kaya tinatawag siyang Supreme. Siya yung pinakamataas, Supreme Law of the Land. Okay? Sunod, itong term na preamble. Kasali din po ito sa table of specification. Ibig sabihin ng preamble? It tells the values, ideals, and aspirations of the Filipino people. Ang preamble po, nanggagaling po yan sa Latin word na preambulary. I could still remember. Way back din sa old curriculum, may constitution kami na subject. I could still remember, first year yan. Preambulary. Latin word ng preamble. Kindly jot it down ha. Sa lahat ng walang Bitcoin, kumuha kayo ng kumuha kayo ng notes, okay? Kumuha kayo ng notebook, mag-jot down po kayo. Kung may Bikoino po kayo, you can go to character formation, doon na kayo mag-jot down notes, okay? Galing po siya sa Latin word na preambulary. Preambulary. Okay? Preambulary, ibig sabihin walking before. Okay? Ang preamble na word ay galing po sa Latin word na preambulary. Spelling ng preambulary is Papa, Romeo, Eco, Alpha, Mama, Bravo, Umbrella, Lima, Alpha, Romeo, Eco. O yon ang spelling. Okay? Ibig sabihin, walking before. So ano ba yung preamble po natin? Okay, basahin po natin ha. Napaka-basic. When I was still a first year college student, our instructor mandated us to memorize this. One by one, nagre-recite kami sa front ng klase. Okay? Ano ba yung preamble natin? We, the sovereign Filipino people. Isa-isahin natin, mga kaditi. Explain natin isa-isa para at least mas maintindihan. Ano ibig sabihin ng we, the sovereign Filipino people? Ibig sabihin dyan, sovereign Filipino, ibig sabihin, yung power po comes from the people. Kaya tinatawag siya sovereign Filipino people. Comes from the people. So basically, the government's authority is basically derived from the citizens. So, in the Philippines, we follow a democratic way of government. So, sovereignty, yung sovereignty po belongs to the people. Okay? So, for short, ibig sabihin ng we, the sovereign Filipino people, tayo po yung pinakamataas. Tayo po yung makapangyarihan as compared to the government. Kaya nga, sovereignty. Power comes from the people, not from the government. Okay? Sunod, imploring the aid of Almighty God. Ano ibig sabihin ng imploring the aid of Almighty God? This shows na ang Pilipinas po, nagre-recognize po tayo sa faith and spirituality. At the same time, pangalawa, ibig sabihin dyan, imploring the aid of Almighty God, yung Pilipinas po, nagpa-practice po tayo or nag-o-observe po tayo sa separation between the church and the state, and we acknowledge the importance of God in our national life. Kaya nga po ang Pilipinas, tinatawag siyang one of the most religious countries in the whole world, di ba? One of the most religious countries, one of the most spiritual countries in the whole world. Yet, we are one of the most corrupt countries in the whole world also. Yun po ang irony dyan, di ba? We, the sovereign Filipino people, ano ibig sabihin dyan? That power comes from the people. Imploring the aid of Almighty God, ano ibig sabihin dyan? That we recognize the importance of God in our national life. Sunod, in order to build a just and humane society and establish a government that shall embody our ideals and aspirations. Ano ibig sabihin dyan? To build a just and humane society. Ibig sabihin, yung Philippine Constitution po natin ay hinahangad po dito na mag-create ng isang society that is, ano ibig sabihin ng just? Fair. Walang pabor-pabor. Fair. Compassionate. Ibig sabihin ng human, compassionate and respectful of human dignity. Establish a government that shall embody our ideals and aspirations. Ibig sabihin, the government, ang gobyerno po natin, tayo yung nag-i-establish, yung people, tayong mga people, tayo po ang nag-i-establish ng government, and our dreams, tsaka yung values, tsaka yung goals po natin, dapat po naka-reflect yan sa mga plano ng gobyerno natin. Okay? Yun po ang ibig sabihin dyan. Next, promote the common good. Ano ibig sabihin ng promote the common good? Ibig sabihin, ang government dapat, ang action ng government must benefit the majority of the people, not just few individuals or groups. Di ba ano nangyayari ngayon in our crisis? Sa crisis po natin sa fuel, ano nangyayari? Walang klarong polisiya. Sometimes the policies are made just to benefit some of the few rich individuals. Samantalang yung nasa middle class, nasa lower class, naiipit tayo sa krisis. Diba? Naiipit tayo yung nagbabayad ng tax, pero some of the policies are not benefiting us. In fact, it only benefits to some. Ang nakasaad dyan, promote the common good. Ibig sabihin ng common good, dapat yung government's action must benefit the majority of the people. Okay? Yun ang ibig sabihin dyan. Next. Promote the common good, conserve and develop our patrimony. Ano ibig sabihin ng conserve and develop our patrimony? Anong ibig sabihin ng patrimony? Patrimony refers to the nation's natural resources. Yung cultural heritage po natin, yung culture natin, yung traditions natin. So, part of the job of the government is to protect and to improve these traditions, to preserve these cultures for present and for future generations. Ano ibig sabihin ng conserve and develop our patrimony? Ang patrimony po, nagre-refer yan sa kultura po natin, sa tradisyon natin, sa mga natural resources natin, sa heritage po natin. Ang responsibility ng government is to protect or to preserve these factors or these things for future generations. And secure to ourselves and our posterity the blessings of independence and democracy under the rule of law and regime of truth. Ano ibig sabihin dyan? Ibig sabihin ng secure to ourselves and our prosperity. Ibig sabihin ng posterity means future generations. Okay? Tumutukoy po ito sa future generations. Ang constitution po natin, nagpo-protect po yan not only on today's citizens but also the Filipinos of tomorrow. The blessings of independence and democracy. Ibig sabihin dyan, the Philippines values freedom from foreign control and supports a democratic system of government. Independent po tayo. Dapat po ang ginagawa po natin should be something like of democracy. Yung ginagawa po natin, yung mga actions po natin should be something that is of an independent state, coming from an independent power, coming from an independent or autonomous state. We should not rely too much on some international powers. Di ba? Controversial yung pagka-arrest ni Duterte. But I will not discuss more on that. But the question is, are we really an independent country? Kasi pag independent tayo, ibig sabihin, we can work it on our own. Yung criminal justice system natin are still functioning. Or yung pillars natin are still functioning, right? So why not just put him and try him in the Philippine criminal justice? Why do we have to bring them up to other countries? We are an independent and autonomous country, okay? The blessings of independence and democracy. Ibig sabihin, nagbavalue po tayo sa freedom and freedom po natin from foreign control. Kasi nga po, demokrasya po tayo, independent po ang Pilipinas. Under the rule of law. Ano ibig sabihin ng under the rule of law? Under, ibig sabihin, no one is above the law. Pag ibig sabihin ng no one is above the law, kahit mayaman ka man, mahirap ka man, middle class ka man, literate or illiterate ka man, criminologist or non-criminologist, all of us should follow the law. Okay? Truth. Under the rule of law and the regime of truth, justice, freedom, love, and equality, and peace do ordain and promulgate this Constitution. Okay? So, itong final statement po means that Filipino people formally po nag-i-establish at saka nagde-declare po tayo sa Constitution as the supreme law of the land. Okay? So, yun po ang ibig sabihin sa Philippine Constitution natin. We, the sovereign Filipino people, ano ibig sabihin ng sovereign Filipino people? Na tayo po, ang power comes from the people. Imploring the aid of the Almighty God, ibig sabihin, tayo po ay nagre-recognize sa spiritual being as part of our national life in order to build a just and humane society. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin ng build and just and humane society? Ibig sabihin, yung constitution po natin, nag-create po ng society that is fair. Walang pabor-pabor, compassionate, at the same time respectful, and establish a government that shall embody our ideals and aspirations. Ano ibig sabihin? Gumagawa tayo, nag-establish tayo ng government dapat ay nagre-reflect kung ano yung goals po natin, kung ano po yung aspirations po natin. Promote the common good. Ano ibig sabihin ng promote common good? Dapat ng government po natin ay nakapagbenepisyo po lahat ng ginagawa nila dapat nakapagbenepisyo sa majority, sa nakararami po, not just a few individuals or group. Conserve and develop our patrimony. May mga kultura po tayo, may traditions tayo, may heritage tayo, may mga natural resources po tayo. Ang government po or yung estado dapat nagpoprotekta po sa mga bagay na ito. Secure to ourselves and our posterity. Ano ibig sabihin ng posterity? Ito yung future generations po. The Constitution must protect not only the recent or the contemporary citizens but also the Filipinos of tomorrow. The blessings of independence and democracy, ibig sabihin dyan na tayo po, we are an autonomous country, democratic po tayo. We should not rely on some international countries. Dapat po, nobody should dictate us except Filipinos. Okay? Under the rule of law, ibig sabihin walang pabor-pabor, mayaman ka man, middle class ka man, or lower class ka man, all of us must follow the law. Truth, justice, freedom, love, and equality do ordain and promulgate this Constitution. Ibig sabihin, tayo po, nagde-declare tayo na ang Constitution po natin is considered to be the supreme law of the land. Yan po ang ibig sabihin ng preamble. Okay, hinimay-himay lang natin ha. Now, mga kadete, maraming articles po sa Constitution, okay? Daming articles diyan. I will only target for discussion yung mga articles na nakalagay po sa table of specification. Kasi i-target natin lahat yung article 1 up until the last article. Mangyari po natin, aabot tayo ng napakaraming episodes. Ang target lang po natin yung nasa TOS lang. Kasi sayang po, pag ilagay ko lahat, hindi naman nakalagay sa TOS. Okay? Sige, una po, national territory. Ano ba ibig sabihin national territory? Basahin natin ha. Under Article 1. The national territory comprises the Philippine archipelago with all the island and waters embraced therein. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Ang teritoryo ng Pilipinas ay kasali dito lahat po ng mga isla, pati na yung mga tubig na makikita po, embraced, ibig sabihin, nasa loob nito. And all other territories over which the Philippines has sovereignty or jurisdiction, consisting of its terrestrial, fluvial, pati na yung terrestrial, ito yung sa lupa po natin, fluvial po, aerial yung sa water po, aerial yung nasa yung nasa taas, including its territorial sea, the seabed, the subsoil, the insular shelves, and other submarine areas. The waters around, between, and connecting the islands of the archipelago regardless of the breadth and dimensions form part of the internal waters of the Philippines. Ibig sabihin, national territory, ibig sabihin, ang teritoryo po ng Pilipinas ay nag-i-include pati na yung aerial, yung space po natin, pati na yung sa dagat, fluvial, pati na yung sa land area. Yun po, na within the boundaries of the Philippines is considered to be our national territory. Okay? Declaration of Principles and State Policies. The Philippines is a democratic and republican state. Huwag niyo kalimutan ha. Demokrasya tayo and a republican state. Democratic and a republican state. So basically, kasi nga po, democratic and republican state tayo as mentioned in the preamble, ang sovereignty po or ang kapangyarihan ay nagre-reside po ay nanggaling sa mga people, sa mga tao. And all government authority emanates from them. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, mas powerful po yung mga mamamayan compared to the government. Okay? Under Article 2, punta tayo sa Section 3. Civilian authority is at all times supreme over the military. Anong ibig sabihin dyan? Mas mataas pa yung civilian. Ha? Mas mataas yung kapangyarihan ng civilian. Sa lahat ng panahon, mataas yung authority ng civilian compared to any people, any members of the military. The Armed Forces of the Philippines is the protector of the people and the state. Siya yung nagpo-protect. Its goal is to secure the sovereignty of the state and the integrity of national territory. That's very self-explanatory. Next, Section 4. The prime duty of the government is to serve and protect the people. The government may call upon the people to defend the state, and in the fulfillment thereof, all citizens may be required under conditions provided by law to render personal, military, or civil service. Ito mga kadete, responsibilidad po ng bawat Pinoy na protektahan po natin yung Estado, yung government po natin. And in times of war, posible po na ang government will require, under certain conditions, will require the able-bodied men and women to render personal, military, or civil service. Okay? Next, the separation of church and state shall be inviolable. Ano ibig sabihin ng inviolable? Ibig sabihin, it should not be violated. Ibig sabihin, ang Estado ay hindi po siya kasali sa simbahan. On the other way around, in the same manner, ang simbahan po should be a separate entity from the government. Okay? There shall be no law that will entail for the union between these two bodies. Hindi po pwede mag-unite yung church at saka yung state. Iba yung affairs ng Estado, iba din po yung affairs ng church. So, ibig sabihin, ang simbahan dapat should not, pagpari ka, your main priority should be spiritual teachings to your constituents. Okay? Dapat dapat sana, pag nasa church ka, your main concern is the ministry of Jesus Christ. You should not intervene on the affairs of the government unless if you are not part of the church. Okay? Sir, ang tanong, what if I am a minister, or I am practicing my freedom of expression as a minister of a particular religion? No problem at all. Wala naman pong batas po na nag-prohibit sa atin to practice our freedom of speech. But in my own opinion, let us take lessons from the past. Ano ang nangyari sa crucifixion ni Jesus Christ? Anong nangyari doon? 'Di ba? Jesus Christ was a perfect man, 'di ba? When he was still on earth, pero anong nangyari? Ang nangyari, he was being crucified. Why? Sino ba yung nag-accuse sa kanya? 'Di ba yung mga nasa simbahan? So, the point here is that the church should be mindful of its functions in the spiritual upliftment of its members. Okay? The government should not intervene on the affairs of the church, and the government shall only focus as to the exclusive functions for the betterment of its constituents also. So, dapat ganyan. Kasi nga po nakalagay dyan separated. Dapat. Pero there is any law that will unite these two entities ay bawal po. Kasi nga po, separated po siya. Inviolable po ang separation between the church and the state. Next, Section 8. The Philippines, consistent with the national interest, adopts and pursues a policy of freedom from nuclear weapons in its territory. Okay? May mga treaty tayo against denuclearization. Wala nga tayo nuclear if mangyari po ang World War, I think we are the most pathetic one. Kasi nga, yung military power natin, napaka-mediocre. Okay? Helicopter nga natin, nagka-crash lang. Yung mga airplanes po natin, kulang. Yung mga number of military men natin, kulang as compared to neighboring countries. But the point here is that we should maintain a country which is free from nuclearization. Okay? Section 12. The state recognizes the sanctity of family life and shall protect and strengthen the family. Huwag kalimutan mga kadete ito Family is considered as the basic autonomous social. Ano ibig sabihin ng autonomous independent? Huwag kalimutan family is considered as the basic autonomous social institution. Okay? The state affirms labor as a primary social economic force. Huwag kalimutan, ang labor po, yung pananarbaho, pagtatrabaho sa mga empleyado po natin, consider siya as primary social economic force. It shall protect the rights of workers and promote their welfare. Ano nangyari ngayon? Napopromote ba yung welfare? Napopromote ba yung karapatan ng mga middle class? Napopromote ba yung karapatan ng mga manggagawa? di ba? Nagkikrisis sa fuel. But then again, let us say for example, if the minimum salary, especially in Negros Oriental, 500 plus lang. So pag uuwi ka, let's say 50 kilometers yung bahay mo, you have to spend around 200 to 300 pesos cost for the fuel. Ilan yung, magkano yung natira sa'yo? 200 plus lang. Magbili ka pa ng magbili ka pa ng ulam, magbili ka pa ng snacks. What remains in the 200 is very, very small na. So, yun. Yung rights, yung welfare ng mga manggagawa natin, supposedly they are considered as the primary social economic force. Pero ang nangyari, sometimes yung mga manggagawa po nakalimutan ng government. Ang tumataba po yung mga buwaya dyan sa government. Okay? Panay nakaw sa mga pera ng bayan. I'm paying a lot of taxes, I tell you. I'm paying an expensive tax every year. In fact, yung mga commodities po natin na that we pay, okay? Commodities na binibili po natin. May nakapatong po diyan yung VAT, value added tax. Tayo po ang nagbabayad diyan, okay? So basically, when we buy something at the supermarket, we are paying tax. We're paying for the tax on that particular commodity. Pero nangyari, ninakaw sa mga gahaman sa pera. Okay? So that's very sad. Right? Next. Article 14. Pag-usapan natin dito, education, science, and technology, arts, culture, and sports. Section 3. Again, salient provisions lang po ang i-mention po natin. All educational institutions shall include the study of the Constitution as part of the curricula. That's a requirement. Okay? Lahat ng educational institution dapat nakasali dyan yung Philippine Constitution as part of the curriculum. Next, 2, they shall inculcate patriotism and nationalism, foster love of humanity, respect for human rights. O dito ako mag-emphasize sa inculcate patriotism and nationalism. In the episode 1, pinag-usapan po natin ano yung pinagkaiba ng patriotism and nationalism. Okay? Pag nagrarally po tayo, okay, making rally, demonstration, as part of the requirements for us to go on the mountainous side and weaponize ourselves with several caliber of firearms to fight against the government, I think that is no longer considered as patriotism or nationalism. Pag nag-aalsa ka po, pumunta ka sa bukid, nagdadala ka ng rifle M16, and you fight against government forces, I don't think that is considered as patriotism and nationalism. Much more, pag pinupoison mo yung mga utak, yung innocence na mga tribo, you poison the innocence of the tribe members, you exploit their illiteracy, and convince them to join with you in the fight against the government. So, I don't think that's patriotism or nationalism. May mga eskwelahan tayo, shout out sa University of the Philippines, di ba? Di ba? I'm not trying to limelight University of the Philippines, but if we will take a look at it, history speaks. There are a lot of records everywhere. NPA member killed on a particular class. Saan nanggaling? University of the Philippines. Na may marami, even in Negros Oriental, nadakip, and then comes from University of the Philippines. And sometimes these people who have been killed their colleagues would insist that they were there in the area in order to conduct research or any kind of initiative. Pero may mga research ba? May initiative ba na nagdadala ka ng baril? You are bringing with you a weapon to fight against the government? I don't think so. In my own opinion, these are not patriotism or nationalism. Dapat po, ang eskwelahan po natin should be the role model in terms of patriotism and nationalism. It should not be the school should not be an avenue for the students to create or engage on an ideology of subversing or overthrowing the government. Okay? Responsibilidad yan ng school. Section 5, the state shall assign the highest budgetary priority to education. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Ang dami pong departamento ng government, right? DPWH, ang laki ng budget dyan. Diba? We have DSWD, there's so many. Agriculture, there's so many departments in the government. Parang sabi ng Constitution ganito ha, ang pinakamataas na budget every year should be coming from the Department of Education. Not in the DSWD. DSWD is on the maintenance, construction of public buildings, so on and so forth. Pero ang sabi ng Constitution, dapat po ang pinakamataas na budget should be allocated sa departamento, Department of Education. Sir, what if in the past, just like what happened to BBM, ang nangyari, mas malaki pa yung budget sa DPWH compared to the Department of Education. Anong mangyari dyan? Ma-consider po siya as unconstitutional. Kasi sabi ng batas, sabi ng Constitution natin, dapat yung may pinakamataas na allocation should be in the Department of Education. Okay? Next, for purposes of communication and instruction, the official languages of the Philippines are, ito lumabas ito sa board examination ha, December 2022, criminologist licensure examination. Ganito mga kadete ha. Pag ang tanong sa board examination ganito, which of the following is considered to be the national language of the Philippines? Letter A, Tagalog. Letter B, Filipino. Ang sagot po natin hindi Tagalog, but rather ang sagot po natin is Filipino. Okay? Filipino po ang isagot po natin ha. And until otherwise provided by law, English. So, anong sabi dito? Ang communication, ang instruction po sa lahat ng eskwelahan, official languages po should be in Filipino. Okay? In Filipino. Or pag may batas po na nagre-require ng English, then English. Okay? Pero ang answer natin, Filipino ha. Sunod, this constitution shall be promulgated in Filipino and English and shall be translated into major regional languages. So, ito yung mga translation natin into regional languages such as Arabic and Spanish. Okay? Next, salient sections of Article 15, the family. Kanina pinag-usama natin yung family. Anong yung family kanina? Ang family po, kinoconsider natin as basic autonomous social institution. Pinaka-basic, pero siya yung pinaka-independent na social institution sa community natin. Okay, ano yung family? Section 1. The state recognizes the Filipino family as the foundation of nation. Kanina ha, pinag-usapan natin, family siya yung pinaka-basic autonomous social institution. Ngayon naman, ang family tinutukoy siyang foundation of nation. Siya yung pundasyon sa nation po natin. Accordingly, it shall strengthen its solidarity and actively promotes its total development. Okay? Next, punta tayo sa Article 16. Okay? Article 16. Where are you? Article 16. The Congress may by law adopt a new name for the country. O, ano sabi dyan? Pwede ang Kongreso mag-pass sila ng bill para ibahin yung pangalan. Pilipinas, gusto nila Maharlika. Pwede po yan sa Kongreso po. Ang sabi ito, ang Kongreso pwede mag-adapt ng bagong pangalan sa Pilipinas. Probably they will name it as Maharlika or whatsoever. Pwede din pong mag-adapt ng new national anthem. Di ba? Lupang hinirang yung national anthem natin ngayon. So, the Constitution provides po na pwede pong mag-adapt ng new national anthem. Or, pati na yung silyo, pwede din po, which shall all be truly reflective and symbolic of the ideals, history, and traditions of the people. Such law shall take effect only upon its ratification by the people in a national referendum. So dapat lahat po or majority will approve on the changing of the national anthem or changing of the name of the country by means of referendum. Ibig sabihin, lahat po will have to vote whether we go with yes or no in terms of changing the name of the country or the national anthem or the national seal. Okay? Next. Balik tayo sa the family, okay? The family. Balik tayo sa the family. The state recognizes the family as the foundation of nation. Then, Section 2, marriage as an inviolable social institution is the foundation of the family and shall be protected by the state. O, ito ha, ang family po, tinatawag siyang foundation of nation. Kanina po, tinatawag siyang basic autonomous social institution. Yun po ang sabi ko kanina. And then, ang marriage naman, kung ang family siya ay yung consider as foundation of nation, yung marriage po ay siyang tinatawag nating foundation of the family. Okay? Marriage, yung kasal, kinoconsider po siya yung pundasyon sa pamilya and shall be protected by the state. Kaya, dapat ang Estado will have to protect ang mga nakasaad po sa batas natin sa family code. Marriage shall only be executed between male and female. Right? So, hindi po nakasaad dyan, iba versus iba, Adan versus Adan. Diba? Next, the family has the duty to care for its elderly members, but the state may also do so through just programs of social security. Okay? So, ang pamilya po, kaya nga po tinatawag tayong close family ties kasi nga po ang pamilya po ay may responsibilidad sa pagkupkop, sa pag-take care po sa mga elderly members po natin, sa mga seniors po natin. At saka yung government natin po, may responsibilidad din po sila sa pag-execute ng mga programs para po sa welfare ng mga senior citizens. Pero nangyari kasi ngayon, pwede kang magpa-member sa seniors organization, pero hindi po assurance na pag-member ka, mabigyan ka ng allowance monthly. Kasi may may mga pension yan monthly. Ang nangyari, pag pag pobre, talagang pobre, tapos maawa sa yung DSWD, pwede kang may pasok sa roster of beneficiaries. Mabigyan ka ng allowances per month. Pero in most cases, pag walang bakante, talagang wala. Okay? Pero dapat sana, pag senior na, dapat walang discrimination. Lahat po mabibigyan. Pero ngayon, it does not happen. Okay? Kasi nga po, wala tayong budget Kinukurap lang yung mga buwis po natin. Balik tayo sa Article 16. Ito, pag-usapan natin, flag ha. Flag. The flag of the Philippines shall be red, white, and blue with a sun and 3 stars as consecrated and honored by the people and recognized by law. In episode 1, pinag-usapan natin yung preliminary, yung mga symbols, symbols and meanings. Kasali doon yung flag, okay? You can go to episode 1. Pag-usapan, balikan natin yan later. The Congress may by law adopt a new name para sa country, national anthem. Ito yung sabi ko kanina. Next, the state shall establish and maintain one police force. Isa lang yung police po natin, which shall be national in scope and civilian in character. Ano yung sabihin ng national in scope? Ibig sabihin ng national in scope, yung police po natin are national employees. Ibig sabihin, they can be assigned anywhere. Kasi nga po, national employees sila Okay? Pangalawa, civilian in character. Civilian in character because number 1, yung PNP po natin is no longer a member, is not a member of the military. Although, some of the activities of the PNP is still related with the military. Okay, yun po ang unang sabihin dyan Ano ibig sabihin ng civilian in character? Ibig sabihin, yung PNP is no longer, is not a member of the military. Although some of its activities are still militaristic in nature. Pangalawa, dapat po ang PNP will have to adapt the characteristics of being a civilian. May moral ascendancy, dapat example siya sa community. Okay? Then, administered and controlled by the National Police Commission or NAPOLCOM. Ibig sabihin, in terms of the professionalization of the Philippine National Police, under po ang PNP natin sa National Police Commission. In terms of supervisory, ang nagsusupervise, ang nagbibigay ng order. In terms of maintenance of peace and order, ang nagbibigay po ng order is the Department of the Interior and Local Government. Okay? Or the ILG. The authority of local executives over the police units in their jurisdiction shall be provided by law. O if we will go to Republic Act 8551. Ano ba yung Republic Act 8551 mga kadete? Ito yung batas na nag-organize, nag-reform sa Philippine National Police. Anong nakasa doon? ang local executives po are representatives of the NAPOLCOM. Anong ibig sabihin dyan? Ang mga mayor po natin, representante po sila sa NAPOLCOM. Ibig sabihin, may kapangyarihan po sila over the local Philippine National Police. Okay? Because they are NAPOLCOM representatives. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga local executives natin, yung mga mayor po natin, okay? May authority po sila over the local police na naka-assign po sa kanila. Okay? The state shall provide immediate and adequate care, benefits, and other forms of assistance to war veterans and veterans of military campaigns. That's very understandable. Their surviving spouses and orphans. Funds shall be provided therefor, and due consideration shall be given to them in the disposition of agricultural lands of the public domain and in appropriate cases in the utilization of natural resources. Pero, I don't know if we still have veteran nowadays. Yung mga veterano po, dapat po binibigyan po sila ng assistance coming from the government. Okay? And they are also prioritized in terms of the distribution of agricultural lands. Alright? Pati na yung mga family nila kasama din po dyan. Next, the ownership and management of mass media shall be limited to citizens of the Philippines. Anong ibig sabihin dyan? Mass media refers to, it could be anything, mass media. It could be ABS-CBN, TV5, GMA, pati na yung nasa mga bandera, radio, pati na yung mga newspaper, Inquirer, Rappler. Ang sabi po dito, dapat po ang ownership or ang management dyan, dapat mga Pinoy. Kaya nga yung Rappler naka-question yan in the previous administration kasi nga po, it was found out na ang Rappler po, yung mga nagmamayari is not purely Filipinos. Ang sabi dito, pag mass media ka, dapat Pinoy, dapat ang owner. Or to corporations, cooperative, or association wholly owned and managed by such citizens. Dapat mga korporasyon, cooperative, association, dapat po ang ownership or management dyan, mga Pinoy dapat. Okay? So, yon. Now, kanina pinag-usapan natin yung flag po natin, yung watawat po natin, ha. Sa episode 1, mga kadete, pinag-usapan ko na din po kung anong ibig sabihin ng white triangle, anong ibig sabihin ng tatlong stars, anong ibig sabihin ng 8 rays of the sun, anong ibig sabihin ng red, anong ibig sabihin ng blue. Okay, pinag-usapan po natin kung ano yung mga meanings dyan sa episode 1. Now, if you are still confused, balik kayo sa episode 1. Ang dami pong lumabas. Pag sa board examination po, napakaraming lalabas po sa 8439. Okay? Yung heraldic flag and heraldic code po natin sa Pilipinas. Okay? Now, Republic Act 8491, lumabas yan sa board exam. Ito yung tinatawag nating Flag and Heraldic Code of the Philippines. Ito yung batas na nagre-regulate, nag-prescribe sa paggamit po ng national flag, sa anthem po natin, sa motto, coat of arms, and other heraldic items and devices of the Philippines. Okay? Sino ba ang mag-i-implement sa Republic Act 8491? Ang pinagbigyan po ng responsibilidad in terms of the implementation thereof is no other than the NHI or the National Historical Institute. Anong ahinsya ng government? Ang charge to implement the provisions of 8491, walang iba po, National Historical Institute. Okay? Now, balik muna tayo sa history ng Philippine flag. Okay? I will not mention about meanings, but balik muna tayo sa history of the Philippine flag. Okay? Ang design po ng Philippine flag, ang unang nakaisip dyan, si President Emilio Aguinaldo. Okay? Pero yung shade na blue was debated during those time. Many variants were used by subsequent governments. Iba-iba yung mga color. Ang nagtahi po sa flag were Marcelo Marino de Agoncillo. Familiarize the names, ha? Pangalawa, si Lorenza Agoncillo at saka yung si Delfina Herbosa de Natividad. Sila na yung nagtahi. Okay? Tinahi nila yung flag sa Hong Kong. Tapos, ginamit for the very first time. Was first flown yung flag na yan in a battle on May 28, 1898. Okay? After the Philippine Revolutionary Army defeated Spanish forces in the Battle of at Alapan, Imus, Cavite. That was May 28, 1898. Pero yung formal po na pag-flow, formally unfurled po siya during the proclamation of Philippine independence na nangyari po ito sa June 12, 1898 by President Aguinaldo. Pero yung pinakauna, it was first flown on May 28, 1898 when our Philippine Revolutionary Army defeated the Spanish forces. Pero yung formal na pag-flow, pag-unfurled ng flag na yan was June 12, 1898. Kaya ngayong June 12 natin, considered siya as the Independence Day. Now, sa episode 1, again, pinag-usapan natin yung meanings, ha? Balikan natin. I will just be fast with this, okay? Kasi tapos na po ito sa episode 1. Pag white triangle, anong ibig sabihin dyan? Represents the distinctive totem of the famed Society of the Katipunan, which with their blood compact stirred the Filipino population to rise in revolt. Okay? Bakit triangle? Kasi nga po, ito yung sa Katipunan. The totem of ito yung parang handkerchief ng Katipunan. Ang tanong ngayon, bakit considered siya na white? Bakit white? But not other color? Kasi nga po, ang white triangle na yan, nagsisimbolize siya ng equality and fraternity. If you can still remember, episode 1 ha, fraternity. Ano ibig sabihin ng fraternity? Brotherhood. Fraternity and equality. Yung 8 rays of the sun naman mga kadete, ito yun ang represent sa mga 8 provinces that played an important part sa Philippine Revolution. Ito yung Manila, Bulacan, Cavite, Pampanga, Bataan, Laguna, Batangas, and Nueva Ecija. Ito yung 3 stars naman. Ito yung Luzon, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Okay? Then, pag blue, anong ibig sabihin ng blue? Peace, truth, and justice. Pag red naman, patriotism and valor. Okay, yun po ang flag po natin, ha? Sunod, compulsory display of national flag based on Republic Act 8491 mga kadete. Okay? Compulsory, ibig sabihin, mandatory yung pag-display ng flag in the following. Sa lahat ng public buildings, official residences, public plazas, institution of learning. Ano ibig sabihin ng institution of learning? Sa mga eskwelahan po natin. Every day throughout the year. Okay? Note, national flag shall also be displayed in private buildings and residences or raised in the open flag staffs in front of said buildings every 1 to 7 po ang inilagay ko dyan, ha. Ibig sabihin, kanina ha, pinag-usapan natin na ang flag po, compulsory, mandatory po siya, na dapat nakadisplay po siya sa public buildings. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng public buildings? Ito yung buildings that is owned or rented by the government. Dyan, yung flag. Official residence, yung Malacanang, dapat andyan yung flag makikita. Public plazas, dapat na andyan yung flag. Tsaka yung sa mga eskwelahan natin. Hindi kasali doon yung private. Pero pwede yung private residence o private buildings po makapag-display ng national flag. Sa anong okasyon? Una, April 9, araw ng kagitingan yan. April 9, pwede po mag-display ng flag sa mga bahay po natin. Or May 1, Labor Day. Okay? Ito, lumabas ito sa board examination. Huwag nyo itong kalimutan mga kadete. National Flag Days, May 28. Okay? From May 28 up until June 12. Okay? National Flag Days. Ibig sabihin ng National Flag Days, ito yung mga araw na pwede ka mag-display ng flag sa mga residence or sa mga private buildings mo. Kailan magsimula? May 28, mag-end siya June 12. Okay? Pwede din po last Sunday of August, which is National Heroes Day. Pwede din pong mag-display ka ng flag. Or November 30, Bonifacio Day. Or December 30, Rizal Day. Or on such other days as may be declared or approved by the President or by the local executives. Yun po ang mga 7 na mga basihan, 7 na mga occasions na pwede po tayo makapag-display ng flag po sa private buildings or private residence po natin. Okay? The national flag shall be flown by all naval vessels. Okay? Okay? Ibig sabihin yung sa Navy natin, dapat may Philippine flag dyan na nakahang. Sunod, merchant ships of Philippine Registry of more than 1,000 gross tons. Ibig sabihin, lahat po ng mga vessels po natin, merchant vessels po, na nakaregistered po sa Pilipinas, dapat po may flag din po ng Pilipinas. Okay? On all aircraft of Philippine Registry, pati na po yung mga aeroplano natin, mga helicopter natin na nakaregister po sa Pilipinas, dapat may flag po na nakalagay. Okay? Next. How to properly display the Philippine flag. Ito, napaka-easy nito mga kadete. I don't know, bakit pa isali po natin ito sa TOS. Okay? Napaka-easy nito ha. Grade 1 pa po tayo, tinuturuan na po tayo sa proper positioning, proper display ng flag. Okay? So, review natin ha, mga grade 1. Review muna natin, grade 1, very basic. Pag peace, walang giyera, okay, ang giyera na tinutukoy dito is war between one country and the enemy country. For example, Philippines versus China. Pag during peace, wala namang war, yung blue nasa taas. Okay, yung red nasa baba. Anong ibig sabihin ng blue? Ang blue symbolizes what? Anong ibig sabihin ng blue? Truth, justice, and peace. Peace, ano na lang? PTJ. Peace, truth, and justice. Yung pula naman, patriotism and valor. Okay? So, blue nasa taas pag peace. Pag war, inverted siya. Yung red nasa taas, yung blue nasa baba. Okay? In times of peace, ganito ha. Ang positioning natin, dapat yung blue nasa left side ng audience view. Ano ibig sabihin ng audience view? Ibig sabihin, ikaw yung pag nasa pag nasa audience ka, dapat yung blue na color na flag, if you will take a look at it, nakahang siya sa wall, dapat yung blue na side nasa left side, yung red nasa right side. Kasi pag ang red nasa left side, ang blue nasa right side, ibig sabihin, war. That's during war. Okay? So, dapat tayo dito, dapat careful tayo kasi mga criminology tayo eh. So, we have to be very careful with this. Sa mga occasions po natin ha, pag nagdi-display kayo ng flag dyan, tapos nakahanging vertically, huwag kalimutan ha, yung blue dapat nasa left, yung red dapat nasa right, kasi peacetime tayo eh. Pag magyera na, tsaka nyo na ilagay po yung red sa left, okay? Pag nagkagera. Okay? Ito, anong ibig sabihin ng knotted? Naka-knot po siya. Pag knotted po ang flag, ibig sabihin, nangangailangan ka ng assistance. Okay? Pag knotted po ito, baka lalabas ito sa board examination ha. Pag knotted po yung flag, ano ibig sabihin dyan? That you need assistance. Okay? Next, ito. I think this is the last. No. This is not the last yet. But this came out in the previous criminologist licensure exam. Lumabas ito. Ha? Ang length of the national flag and the flagpole. Okay? Now, ang pinakamataas po na flagpole po natin is yung flagpole po na makikita natin sa Rizal Park. Sa Rizal Park, doon po binaril si Rizal, di ba? Ang pinakamataas po na flagpole na sa Rizal Park po. Now, ganito. Ang Independence Flagpole po or the Philippine National Flagpole na makikita natin sa Rizal Park, ang measurement po niya is 45.72 meters or simply 150 feet. Now imagine, isang foot, isang roller yan. You multiply it 150 times, ganyan kataas, napakataas po ng national flagpole po natin. Ang sabi dito, sa batas po natin, dapat yung flagpole natin sa residence man, sa eskwelahan man, sa public plaza man or public building, ang flagpole na yan, it should not be equal or it should not be higher as compared to the national flagpole na makikita sa Rizal Park. Ano ibig sabihin? Sa Rizal Park, ang flagpole dyan 150 feet. Dapat pagagawa tayo ng flagpole sa eskwela natin, dapat hindi 150 feet or it should not be higher than 150 feet. So, dapat mas lower siya. Yun ang sabi ng batas. It should not be equal, it should not be higher on the height or the length of the Philippine National Flagpole. Okay? Now, the minimum length of the national flag is 1/4 of the height of the flagpole, while maximum length of the national flag is 1/3 the height of the flagpole. Ano ibig sabihin? Pag 4 meters Okay? Pag 4 meters, yung flagpole mo, ibig sabihin, dapat 1 meter yung length. Minimum ha, 1 meter yung length ng ano mo. 1 meter yung length ng flag mo. Yun ang pinaka-minimum dyan. Kasi pag maliit naman, hindi pwede. Or, 1/4 to a maximum of 1/3. For example, 30 feet yung ano mo. 30 feet yung length ng flagpole. O sa 30 feet dyan, dapat ang 10 feet dyan, yun yung pinakamatlaking maximum length of the flag that you should have. Okay? It should not exceed than 1/3 kasi 1/3 lang yung maximum natin. It should not be minimum or below 1/4. Okay? So, okay. O yan, yung example po natin ha. 1/4 of the height of the 1/4. So, pag 4 meters siya, yun ang example. Pag 4 meters, dapat yung length ng flag should be 1. Okay? 1 meter. Pag 3 meters naman yung flagpole, dapat yung length ng ano po, o tawat natin should be 1. Okay? 1 meter. Okay? So, for example, we have here a very simple board exam question. Okay? If the height of the flagpole is 12 meters, 12 meters yung height ng flagpole, what is the allowable minimum length of the national flag? Ano yung allowable length dito? Okay? Ibig sabihin, minimum lang. Minimum lang muna. Okay? 1 meter, 2 meters, 4 meter, or none of the above. So, pag 1/4 kasi, 1 divided by 4, 1/4, di ba? 1 divided by 4. Ano yan? Ang sagot dyan is 0.25. Tama? 1/4. I-divide nyo mga kaditi. Ang result dyan is 0.25. Ang 0.25, i-multiply po natin sa 12 para makuha natin kung ilang metro yung length ng flag. So, sa pag 0.25, bakit 0.25? Kasi nga, yung 1/4, 1 divided by 4 yan eh. So, pag ang 1, divide mo yan ng 4 times, ang resulta dyan is 0.25. So, ibig sabihin, 0.25, i-times po natin ng 12. Pag i-times natin ng 12, ang answer po dyan is 3. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, pag 12 meters yung flagpole, dapat ang minimum length po natin ng flag should be 3. Kaya ang answer natin dyan, dapat none of the above. Bakit 3? Kasi nga po, 0.25 multiply natin ng 12. Ang result po dyan is 3. Bakit 0.25? Kasi nga 1 divided by 4, 1/4. Minimum is 1/4. Pag 1/3, 1 divided by 3. Tapos times natin ng 12, yung result will be the maximum of the length of the national flag. Okay? Next. Okay, next. Section 17. Proper display of the Philippine national flag and Heraldic Code of the Philippines 8491. Okay, section 17 po. Ito, ang dami, makikita nyo po sa picture. Picture po ang inilagay ko ha. Makikita po natin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 flags po. Okay, 5 flags yan. Philippines, yung isa, I don't know what country, pero I'm pretty sure yung second to the last, Korea yan. Di ba? Ang sabi dito, when the national flag is flown with flag or flags of other countries, the flag must be of equal size. Una, dapat pareho na siya ng length, pareho siya ng height. Equal size and on separate staff. Dapat di pwedeng ilagay sa isa, separate yung staff. Of the same height din po, then the national flag shall be hoisted first and lowered last. Ano ibig sabihin ng hoisted? Ibig sabihin ng hoisted, yung pinapataas yung flag. Parang nire-raise yung flag pataas. Ibig sabihin, anong flag sa 5 ang dapat ipataas natin ng una, i-raise natin ng una, walang iba kundi yung watawat ng Pilipinas. Okay? Pero pagpababa, ang unang ibaba po natin is yung flag, itong sa China ba yan? I don't know. Yung pinakalas na flag, siya po yung pinakaunang ibaba. Tapos yung second to the last, yung pangalawa. Yung third to the last, yun ang pangatlo. Yung second sa Pilipinas, yung pang-apat. Pang-last po ang Pilipinas. Huwag kalimutan. Pag magtanong ang board examination, hoisted. Ibig sabihin na hoisted, ipataas, erase yung flag. Daming national flags in other countries. sino o anong flag ang dapat i-hoist ng una o dapat i-raise ng una? Ang sagot, yung flag ng Pilipinas. Pag lowering of the flags naman, ano ang flag na dapat po i-lower ng una? Yung pinaka-last. Okay, yung pinaka-last na flag, yun po ang iunang i-lower. Tapos yung pinaka-last na i-lower is yung sa Pilipinas. Okay, klaro yan ha? Sunod. The national flag shall, wala na po. Yun na po. Dapat pareho sila ng height, separated sila ng staff, pareho sila ng length. Pilipinas yung pinakauna. Okay? Next. Ito lumabas ito sa Brad sa board examination din po. Display of national flag with other flags. Okay? Okay? Ang una, radial radial. Kanina, hindi radial. Nakaline siya. So, dapat mauna yung sa Pilipinas. Ito radial Okay? When displayed in a radial or semicircle of flags with other countries or house flags. Ano ibig sabihin ng flag of other countries? Ibig sabihin flag ng isang nation. Flag ng isang country. Pag house flag, ibig sabihin, for example, may flag kasi yung mga departments po natin. May flag sa DSWD, may flag sa PRC, may flag nga, yung eskwelahan natin, may flag Tawag po dyan is yung mga house flags po. Ang national flag dapat po nakaposition siya at the center. Kailan mangyayari ito? Pag semicircle, huwag kalimutan, semicircle. Yung kanina linya Pag nakaline siya, sana yung positioning ng Philippine flag? Nasa pinakauna. Ito semicircle Dapat na siya sa sentro, sa viewers perspective. Ibig sabihin, pag nasa gitna ka, dapat ang unang makita mo sa sentro, when you look at it should be the Philippine flag. Okay? Pag cross naman with another flag, nasa left side ang flag po natin. Okay? Next. Okay. Next. Display of national flag with other flags pa din po, okay? Okay. Basahin natin para klarong-klaro. When displayed in a row or a parade, lumabas ito February 2026. When displayed in a row or a parade of flags of other countries, yung national flag po natin shall be on the left observer's point of view, yung POV, observer's point of view. Ibig sabihin, ako yung audience, ako yung nag-o-observe. Makikita ko dapat yung flag natin nasa left side. Left side. Whether it's on parade, or in a row. Okay? The flags of other countries should be arranged in alphabetical order from left to right. Okay? For example, nakalagay dyan, Austria, Bolivia, Cyprus, Denmark. Ano yung pinakauna? Austria kasi letter A siya Pangatlo yung Bolivia kasi letter B siya. Pero ang Pilipinas na flag, dapat siya yung pinakauna sa left side. Whether it's in a row or in a parade. Huwag kalimutan Okay. Note, when displayed in a row of house flags, pag house flags naman mga kadete, the national flag shall be in front of the center of the line or on the left observer's point of view of the row. Pag house flag, pwede siya sa center, pero nasa unahan siya. Okay? It should be in front of the center hindi nasa sentro mismo. I'm sorry, para hindi tayo ma-confuse. Let us say, nakalinya sila. Sa center dyan, andyan yung national flag ng Philippines. Pero yung national flag ng Philippines po, it should not be in the line, but rather nasa unahan siya. Sentro siya, pero nasa sa unahan. I hope you understand mga kadite. National flag shall be in front of the center of the line or on the left. Pwede din po sa left observer's point of view. The house flag should be arranged in alphabetical order by precedence or by protocol order from left to right. Then when in a parade with house flags, the national flag shall be in front of the center of the first line. The house flag should be arranged in alphabetical order by precedence or by protocol order from left to right. O yun po ang pinagkaiba dyan Una, pag ang kasali niya is yung mga flags with other countries, ano yung positioning? Dapat nasa left side siya. Siya yung pinakauna. Yung flags in other countries, naka-arrange siya in alphabetical order. Now, pag ang tanong sa board examination, national flags. For example, House flags rather. National flag with the house flag. Flag ng Senate, flag ng Congress, flag ng DSWD, flag ng blah 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 blah. So, ang choices po dalawa. Pwede siya nasa left side or nasa front siya pero center. I hope naintindihan. Nasa front siya pero naka-center. Center siya. For example, pag 5 flag, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nasa number 3 siya. Nasa number 3 siya, pero although nasa center siya, pero the flag is forward, moving or at the forefront of the other flags. Okay? Yun po ang sabi ng batas po natin. Okay? Then, during special occasions, if there is only one flagpole, pag isa lang po yung flag, tanong, pwede ba yung house flag at saka yung national flag ilagay natin sa isang whole yard? Sa isang rope? Pwede din po. Okay, pero ganito ha, the house flag may be flown at the same whole yard with the national flag, pero but below the latter and it cannot be bigger than the national flag. Ibig sabihin, nasa below siya. Okay? Isa lang yung isa lang yung flagpole po natin. So tinali yung national flag, tinali din yung sa house flag, pero dapat ang national flag yung pinakataas, saka yung house flag yung nasa baba. Okay? Alright. So mga kaditi, mag-stop muna ako dito para at least we can breathe also. Ha? Yung other discussions, ilagay natin sa episode 3 para at least we can breathe. We can also relax for a while and then we will bring the other topics sa episode 3. Maraming salamat and bear with me ha. Bear with me, hindi pa po tayo tapos. We will go to episode 3. Maraming salamat. God bless everyone.